And hello, everyone. I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here with my co-host.
Okay.
And we're here on the front lines in the battle against the deep state, the cabal, the Illuminonkeys, and all those that wish to enslave all of humanity for their own selfish reasons. How's it going, Tank?
Well, I've been up for about 48 hours straight, traveling all over New York and meeting with the vice presidents of Lawful America. And, I think it's important to make those in-person connections whenever you can. He was here visiting with us. And then I went out to meet with James Kelly, and who is a very notable force in the lawful pursuit to make sure that the judges, the court system is being managed correctly. And I had about a 6-hour training session with them today, meeting, and we were strategizing to implement the courtroom observer practice, right, to actually file indictments and make sure that we had the proper documentation. Then we had another conference call with it was about 3 hours long. That's Lawful America, getting with Michelle and the chief leading that up to train people, and tightening up everything. And then on Monday, that will be the 40 days notice that we gave to the government to take action to correct their mistake. And because they did not respond, they will be in default, which means we win by default. And now our document is entered completely into the Library of Congress and is law. So in other words, we're about 24 hours away, 48 hours away, to confirming that the no law is law. So then from that point, we start to launch the next phase. And the National Liberty Alliance is finally organizing our information and putting it on the website. And the grand jury is reviewing that. And then on Thursday, they will levy indictments against a whole bunch of people that we listed in our claim. So that's what I've been doing, man.
Yeah.
Trying to.
And so that gives you a good excuse for not being on yesterday. Okay, I get
it. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, that's all right. It's good to have both Sid and Michelle on. That was good. And lots of and this just tells that there's so many things that are going on. We're going to have to take care of business as it happens, right? And that's fine. That's what we're doing here. We're at the point where things have already changed, and now we got to take action.
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment. It's interesting. There's this one group that we had to partner up with. We were talking to, and everybody felt each other out. We were all working together, right? And then they actually approached some of our team who had just really, powerful group for Lawful America up in Colorado. They really had all these legislator, bureaucrat people shaking their boots as they read off, the declaration that their actions were unconstitutional, right? And this leader of this other group, right, who we're friendly, we've been working with them. She was infiltrating our groups, and she called them up and said, "No, you're going to spend so much money with Lawful America. It's a waste. It's not, don't work with them." And I'm like, "Oh, because Del Bigtree, I think, got to them, right? This other group, so they're already trying to poison people against us, right? Like, oh, don't do that. Don't go that route of the Constitution." Right?
Oh yeah. So that's so old.
But it drives me crazy, right? Because I don't know anybody. I do not know anybody on the planet like my team, like our team collectively, right, that has done more with less. Our team, for years, we never asked for time. We never even proposed any type of donations until we were trying to raise money for Haiti, right? And then Lawful America, because these certified letters, they're expensive, and we have sent out thousands of them already. thousands of them, right? Far surpasses any donations that we have ever received, we have spent, right? Far surpasses. And they had the nerve to make it seem like, oh, they're doing all these laws. Basically, what she said was like, oh, they're doing so much, it's going to cost you too much money. And it's like, that's the problem, right? They keep losing, right? So now you're selling everybody on sticking with you while you continue to lose, So that drives me crazy, right? Because I find myself in this kind of a compromising position, right? Because in this sense, because we do need to raise money, right? We need to raise money so that we can have the impact we need to have, right? We need, to do the things. But in the meantime, we've probably increased National Liberty Alliance membership by 1,000 people, right? They're all paying them like, $5 a month or something, right? Which is smart, right? It's conservative, but something like that. But meanwhile, we waited for 8 weeks for them to call a grand jury, right? Well, we could have just called the grand jury ourselves,
right?
And it would have benefited us greatly to have 1,000 members giving us $5 a month, because we would have put it to work everywhere, right? And then the other thing is like, but now because they keep going after this, trying to, make it seem like we're after people's money or something. I'm like, my biggest pet peeve is something I've always fought to not do.
Right.
I don't want to take money from people that don't have money.
Right.
Right. What I want to do, I want to take rich people's money. I want rich people who've done nothing to help humanity. I want their money. These goblin bankers who just, gobble up everything around them. Right. And everything they accuse us of, they're guilty of. They're savages. They're useless, greedy, pathetic, effeminate men and butch women. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Everything that's wrong that they're perpetuating, it's a reflection of them. They're trying to turn this into a creation that reflects their mediocrity. And that makes me furious.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of that. And I don't want to be part of the, something where, hey, isn't it awesome that we have really high technology and you guys are our slaves? What a horrible place to live.
Well,
because you're never.
Do you think that they would be? I mean, controlled opposition is not really the right terminology, because they were, controlled allies, right? But then they turned against you. Is it was it some sort of planned way to handle you by putting you in a position where the money went elsewhere, so you can't now proceed?
Well, it's I don't know. I mean, like I'm not specifically talking about that group. I mean, they are exercising poor judgment because they want to keep doing what they're doing, which is nothing, right? So they get fancy envelopes and they send them out, right? And that's great. Hey, you really get somebody's attention. And what? What do they do? Nothing. You go in and protest in front of a building, and they lock the door in your face, right? He has Bobby Kennedy give a rousing speech on the footsteps, and he's locked down in the courtroom, right? Big deal. You put out a documentary that tells everybody that these vaccines are bad. Great. Now what? You do a FOIA request where you actually challenge them and say, you never even did a single study. You didn't even try to pretend that you were going to be compliant to make safer and more effective vaccines. You didn't even try. You didn't even try. And so you want to know how much respect they have or how much fear they have of that whole group? Zero.
Right.
They didn't even try to do a single study and put it on record to show that they were remotely trying to make vaccines safer and healthier or more effective. That's how little they know, and the reason why they know is because they'll keep putting out the same lie to people, and no one will think, wait, is there another way? So when we show up, we're giving people another way.
Right.
To be honest, every dime that is being spent wasted on these other groups should go to Lawful America, because we'll have an impact. And to be honest, if we had more money, we would just be that much more impactful.
Right.
But it doesn't even matter. Even if they don't if no one gives us another damn dime, we'll still win. because we were doing it the right way.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the meetings! If you could hear the power in these meetings of what these guys are talking about, what we have set up, it is going to be lights out. We are targeting right now. I met with his team. This guy Jim Kelly, he actually got arrested because he's so knowledgeable, right? And he's actually now he's conducted the actual studies to show that the vaccines are causing a really complicated term, but basically it's neurological damage, right? That they are across the board, and he pulled all the research all the way back to 1967 to show they've known it. They know that it causes neurological damage. That's the origins of autism and these different things. Right. He has the proof. And what have they done with it? What? Not him. I'm saying in general. Right. There's no more need for any more clinical research. There's no more need for any of that. What it is now is what good does it do? We've proven it. They obviously do not care. That is why people should be in an absolute uproar, in a panic, in a tizzy, ready to get in a fight, because when you realize they know.
Right. So they're purposely knowing that it's going to cause neurological harm, and they're trying to hide it on top of that because they want to carry out their mission to get everyone vaccinated and being used to vaccinations, which is only going to end up, causing even more harm. Even if it was not causing harm as a let's say a biological issue, or heavy metals or whatever. Well, even if none of that existed, it trains our species not to be able to defend itself against disease. It lowers our immune abilities.
You know what? More than that. You're absolutely right. It does that. Yeah. But it also, because they're putting this, they're putting in their, what is it called? I want to call it polyform, but it's not. Not ethanol. What was that stuff you put on someone's face, like make them knock out? What is that called?
Chloroform.
Morphine?
Chloroform. Chloroform.
Okay. Is it chloroform?
It is. Well, it does. There's many things, but that's the common one. Chloroform.
Okay. So chloroform, they put chloroform in the vaccine, and one of the side effects is spontaneous abortion. Right? They take polysorbate 80, and it opens a pathway, a semi-permeable pathway, the blood-brain barrier, and it just opens the door wide open, so you get all this, toxic aluminum surrounding the brain, right? Intentionally, right? These are things we know for a fact because the government has paid out on them. So the government has acknowledged that this is one of the things that happens with the vaccines, right? So we know it. There's no question. And in this whole mixed up craziness, they know this is happening, and they continue down the exact same path. And the same group that says they're fighting so hard for their kids, they want to get their kids back to school and all this stuff, at the end of the day, they just keep doing the same thing. It's the definition of insanity. It is right. Tragic. So we got, the people that we got active. We realized, so we're going to run these different groups, right, in places that we think are very vulnerable and open to make things change. And we're going to put in these courtroom observers with very, very official protocols, and everyone's going to follow a process. They're going to submit it to the right people, and they will have to respond in force. And as people start to see results, they'll repeat it, and we'll grow. And that is what needs to must happen. There has to be a force of human beings willing to be like, I will go and watch this happen. Even if it's not my case, has nothing to do with me, I will record it, and I will file charges, and I will call them exactly what they are, right? And stop pretending like they're all-knowing, all-powerful. They're not. So,
well, I volunteer. I'll go.
Yeah.
I just need to get a plane ticket. Yeah. Anyway,
it's going to be pretty exciting, I think. What happens next? Yeah.
Well, this is exciting times. It really to hear that it's at this stage, and these are the next steps. The plan is in place to take it all down, to stop them from harming everyone. And who's doing it? Right? It's Lawful America. Right? This is happening.
I like it.
Yeah, it's happening. And of course, you have people that are also contributing. National Liberty Alliance and whoever else is jumping in and giving their expertise and contributing. But it really, it's like, as I said, the people that have been doing it for so long, even decades they've been doing it, they're so used to just getting up to the wall and stopping, right? Because they expect the wall is still there. Right, and they just so it takes a new organization really to point out, hey, the wall is not there, we're moving. We go punch right through it, and then you just go charging.
Yeah.
Pitchforks and torches.
I mean, it's high time. I after this little. These little catty attacks from people trying to discredit us. I'm like, what? Are you out of your damn mind? All we've done is brought value to you. How dare you? We finally give you an option to get out of this hellhole and make some progress and win. These groups have won nothing. Nothing. And yet they still continue to.
Well, just think of it's probably part of the programming that's what actually happens in government, right? They say this is the problem, here's the solution, but they won't ever solve it because then they're out of a job, right? They'd have to do something else. They get lazy, they get complacent. They say, yeah, that's what we're fighting for. Yeah. Another martini, please. They get so caught up in the life that they're living that they don't know how to really win. That's why, I think Trump, pointing out, isn't it good to win? Isn't it good? Are you tired of winning yet?
Yeah.
Yes, people don't know how to win. They've been so beat down for so long that they just don't know what it feels like.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that everyone's so used to crying out victim. It's like, if I stand up and stop being a victim, then who am I? Well, then you're somebody who doesn't have to worry about the government coming in and taking your damn kids, right? But everybody wants to wait. They want to wait till the UN shows up at your front door, right? It says, hey, you got to get the corona vaccine right now. And yeah, it's probably going to make you all dumber, right? Because that is what they're doing, right? They want us dumbed down. And I think, I think the Q posts are actually pretty exciting right now. I'm actually getting into the Q posts a little bit. They're actually putting things out there.
Yep. No, the Q posts are really have turned the corner, right? You can say with what is really happening. Right? So we can see it. I'm bring it up, see if there's anything new. I haven't looked today. So justice, like saying just the word justice. These things are really. So prepare for the storm anon. That's like the heading of this one. They fear an awake public. Each Q proof proves the strength too. Thank you Q and Q plus. Prepare for the storm.
Prepare for the storm.
Together we
come on already. Get the storm going. Quit talking about it. Be about it. Jesus.
Well, I
prepare for the storm. It's coming. You've been telling us in 2 years. Get it going.
Well, let's
Here's
just
something.
don't listen to them. Listen to me. I said we're in the eye of the storm. We already went through the hard part, where it's blowing against us. But now we're in the eye. It's quiet. It's kind of quiet, right? A lot of things happening, but we're on the winning side. You can see now we're going to go through the rest, and it's going to be a lot of stuff going the opposite direction. It's a part of the karma of it, right? They just laid everything on Trump, laid it on him. And now it's starting to fall the other direction.
Dan,
Yes.
I'll tell you something.
Yes.
You have more credibility than any of these other cats. So because you say it, I
Thank
believe
you.
it.
Thank you. Yeah, just listen to me. I'll tell you what's going on. Thank you for sending me that on Barron Trump. I had picked up on that I heard Trump give a speech in Las Vegas, and he said, "Oh, he's talking about his son Barron being a computer genius." I said,
Yeah.
"I think they must have heard me. They must be Trump
No,
must be
I think
watching
so
our
too.
program. I think that must be it."
Yeah. No, it's picking up.
Yeah.
Picking up. Somebody was even I love Lawful Mongolia, right? I don't even. They're just our extended team down there in Mongolia, right?
Right. I caught that video. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just love that. I love that it's looking like that. I'll tell you, the next move is going to be Lawful Haiti. I'll tell you, there's some terrible stuff going on in Haiti. Terrible, right? Here, I'm actually going to take the time. Let me show you a quick picture. Because, this Valerie Dirksen, she's done amazing work to expose what's going on in Haiti. In fact, I would dare say she's done more than for the good of the Haitian people than anything the Clintons have ever pretended to do, right? So that to me it's just such a tragedy, right? This one woman, and you know what? And it makes sense, right? Because her background really supports why she should be successful. Because she was a dance teacher, right? She's a dancer. But here's what makes her exceptional, her story exceptional, right? She's a dance teacher, and she went down, and she just wanted to let these kids dance. She wanted the kids to be kids, right? And one of the things they do, right? We have extensive. This guy Jim Kelly is really a genius, right? Like perfect recall and really deep into explaining the cognitive dissonance that's happening, right? That these things are too hard. They're too hard for people to deal with, which to everyone it feels that way. In your fragile little egos, in your gentle hearts. I just want you to see this real quick. So this is these are these kids right here that were allegedly they were caught in a orphanage fire. Right? Now look at those kids. Now these kids are all chalked up as being dead, right? Now look at those kids. Do any of those kids look burned to you? See any blood?
Right.
Any bruises? But they're obviously knocked out, right? So the theory is that they used the monkfish to create this comatose state with these kids, which would be very common, right? This is how what Michelle Walker described the way that they would transport these kids, right? To to actually out to Epstein's Island, right? To knock the kids out, just throw them out there, right? Like a bunch of dead fish. Now, look at these kids. Doesn't they look like a bunch of dead fish? That's how they treat the kids. Now, this to me looks like an advertisement. And they send this out. They say, hey, we got a bunch of kids to a bunch of scumbag pedophiles and other people who want to harvest their organs. Now, we know that they're harvesting organs, right? Yeah. Look at these kids. These are babies.
Yeah.
These are just kids.
Yeah.
So everybody who's too fragile to, it's too much. You can't handle it. Your fragile worlds. How do you think these kids feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're probably what about half of them are like 2 or 3 years old, maybe. Younger, and then so they just there's only one that is in length, twice this length. So maybe what that makes him 8 years old.
Yeah, he's probably is that like 9, 10, or something like that. But so these are kids, and they chalk these kids up as being dead, and there's nobody there to protect them when it goes down. You know why? Because of cognitive dissonance. It's too hard. Too hard. We want to help, but oh gosh, you just can't. It's just too hard.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Everybody out there who can look at it. Now, I'm telling you, Valerie Kirkison is losing her mind. You useless. All of the whole Department of Justice should be thrown out. They have the power. There's millions of dollars that should have been available to these people. All of Haiti should be a shining beacon of hope down there. Right? 10 years after, hundreds of millions of dollars invested there. But here, let me tell you what they're doing. So it's really brilliant. So they take all these kids, right, and they claim the kids as a loss, Dan. So what happens? The insurance company comes in, they put a dollar value there, they get a whole bunch of money from the insurance company because they're a loss. Because we know that they're laundering money down there, right? Mm-hmm. Then they take the kids, they turn around, if somebody wants the kids, they sell to that person, they make money there. Then they harvest their organs, they sell on the black market.
No.
But wait, there's more. You have people that are buying houses, right? They buy a house for $900,000, right? Which in Haiti, my God, that must be a beautiful house, right? But then the house goes into foreclosure 2 years later. 2 years later. And you know what the foreclosure amount is? $9 million. That's an incredible markup for a war-torn area.
Right.
That's, it's insanity down there. How did a property go up that much? Because they're using insurance fraud to launder money.
Right. Yeah. So it's just a big piggy bank, right? Everything they can do, if they control the government, they control all of the things. They just rape and pillage in these high-tech ways.
Renamed the devil's paradise, right? That's what Haiti's going to be known as. They're down there taking advantage of these sweet, nice, innocent people for the most part, right? They're taking the young men who have nothing to do, no jobs. They're turning them against their families and friends, killing people off. It's disgusting.
For food money.
And then here's the worst part. That's what they want to implement here. That's the system.
Yep. That's what they want to do in the States.
Everybody.
Well, it's not
get your friends off your ass and get them to be involved.
And
wake up.
And it's not. And it's also just not the States. It's not just America. It's the world. They want to do it in the whole world. That's what they want.
These little kids, man. Jeez, what's wrong with you? Our whole culture's driving me crazy. This whole thing. We have to draw a line. It's what Ronald Reagan said. We have to draw a line and let them know there is a line that you will not cross. Now they are so far over the line. And what are we doing? All of our men are apologizing. Our women are trying to fight and get bullied by these warmongering jackoffs who happen to sit in positions and wear black robes.
Well, you don't want to be violent or say things that might upset someone.
Oh, I know. Excuse me for everyone. I apologize for my toxic masculinity. I didn't mean to affect anyone with it. With actually trying to encourage people to do something as children are being raped, our women are being bullied, and our men are already castrated. So we stand back and do nothing. And by the way, most of them are sitting in seats of power in the government right now, pandering and speaking up to the crowd. Now, I hear from social media, right, also known as the stall machine, right? Because everybody will get stalled out because something was said. I hear it. It's all coming down. Put up or shut up. Show me something. Do it. You know what, Trump? You're great. You're God. Get the humanitarian project money to the people so we can make a difference. Stop talking about all these fabricated, all these numbers. They're great. I love that you use their system. I appreciate you. Now, put up or shut up. Get the money that is for project funding to the people so we can move money and actually make a difference. What right does anyone have to keep that from us? That drives me crazy. I was talking to this group today, and they were telling me about this Rothschild woman, LaRoche, who's running to replace Chuck Schumer in the Senate. And they had this energy summit. They were talking about all these different types of energy.
Are you talking about Lyndon LaRouche people?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So they wouldn't even talk about Tesla's energy. They said that's not viable. They just dismissed it and went on. But the people I was with, they're like, what? First of all, I know of a factory in Canada that is producing free energy generators. And one of those free energy generators would be more than enough to give probably 10 to 30 houses power indefinitely. So it's not possible? Really?
Yeah.
Why? So you could sell us garbage solar panels? I think those units would cost about 10 grand. 10 grand to have free energy for life. It's so laughable. We have these the ability to create med beds that will use holographic cellular regeneration and just rebuild a brand new organ. We have cures for cancer, for AIDS, for everything, for disease, for stupidity. We have cures. We have ways to do away with all waste in the air. We can increase the oxygen levels on the planet by 30%. Everybody would just grow stronger, be healthier in every way. All of this, our lifespans have been shortened by 90%. And people sit back and they're just fine with it. And I have to believe they just don't realize what they are. People don't know what they can be. They don't know what's possible. Because they don't know, we have to play this stupid game where they put fluoride in our water and we all just sit back and say, well, that's the way it is. They poison, they're forcing poison. Putting a whole aborted, cancerous female genotype into our little boys. And a whole aborted female genotype, or a male genotype, into our girls. So that they're having gender dysphoria, they're putting chemicals in them to force them to be sterile, to have problems reproducing, so they can massively reduce population. And it's still happening. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Why isn't everyone like, yo, that plan sucks? And by the way, if you are part of that plan, you suck. Of all the things that could have happened, all the things that could have happened in this world, that's what you thought was the best plan? You packed it. Retards? Are you kidding? You should be burned alive for having been known to think that that was the only option. God, these people suck.
Yeah, well, that's it. People are so drugged, poisoned by the things that they put into our environment, from the fluoride, to the aspartame, to all the things that they put as food additives, Now I found out now that the natural flavors that they have, they're using aborted fetuses to create natural flavors. So that means on soda cans when they have natural flavors. So now you can't have soda anymore unless you want to be a cannibal.
Natural flavors of children?
Yeah. Artificial flavors too, actually. So it's both. So it's all of these things that they're doing in their twisted, sick, religion, right? That is an opposite religion. That its purpose is to make everything the reverse, male to female, female to male. Oh, one of the other things I just dawned on me yesterday about the. Because of the transsexual biological men that are competing in women's sports, and how all the politicians are basically now disregarding the women, right? This is someone gave a percentage yesterday. It was like 0.7% of the population is now that this affects, which is a crazy number to me. It's 1 in 200, 1 in 150 is a tranny now. Has sexual disorder. I mean, if that's a true number, I mean, this harkens back to when they said, "Oh, it's 10% of the population is gay," right? Well, that was in a prison population where they took that and they made that the whole world population. So all the psychologists use these same numbers, but what dawned on me was they are literally going to take out the females, right? That they don't want any females. That's why they're going to basically set them aside, and they're going to replace them with.
Wait. That's not true. They don't want any females unless they have a penis.
Right. Exactly. Well, that was it. Men. But for this reason, why does this religion not want females? I mean, if you think about it, women are creators.
Yeah.
Right. So they're against the creator. They're the opposite. So
they're against the creator, absolutely.
Right. So
you see the kid. Yeah.
So going against women in general. So they get all the women to go along with all of their programs for for being tender-hearted, right? Oh, we can't do this because we don't. We should be kind to these, outcasts, right? And it's fine to be, kind, but don't change society. I use this example a lot for many years. It's like, just because 1 out of 1 million people is born with 6 fingers, we don't change all the doorknobs to make them larger.
Agreed. Yep.
Right? It doesn't matter. It's about doing things that make sense, logical sense, and having a caring heart. But I'm sorry, the people that have 6 fingers, you will have to adapt. Get tweezers to turn the doorknob. But you don't make.
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
I'm exaggerating. Obviously, I'm exaggerating for the purpose of pointing out how ludicrous the idea is the other way. So it's the same for handicapped bathrooms. I have no problem with people putting in handicapped bathrooms, right? And for new constructions, but they take it to the next step. I experienced this in Los Angeles where they came to this building that we had, one of the buildings we put an office in, and there were no handicapped bathrooms because it was built, like 60 or 70 years ago, the building, right? But they forced the building to put in a handicapped bathroom. Now, the chance of someone that actually needs the handicapped bathroom in a 10-year period, right, for someone coming in, on the chance that they would come in and need to have a handicapped bathroom. By the way, there is a major brand new store right next to the it's like a large grocery store, right, with modern handicapped bathrooms, right? But maybe one in 10 years may come through this way that says, well, I need to use the bathroom. Because they're not going to get to the second floor where all the offices are. This is on the first floor. Right? They're not putting in next they'll pour some, oh, well, you got to put in an elevator. That's the extremeness that they take this to. Now, the cost of that for them to put in that handicapped bathroom, right, to the regulations, right, and they make it so stringent, and you have to use these certain companies, right? It cost them $28,000 to put in this bathroom. So if you took, it was just, it was an expense, and also he had to give up rental space by taking it away from one of the other because he had to make it bigger. He had to almost double the size of that area. So anyway, it was just I'm sorry to go off on this particular issue, but it's the extent that they push things to, and this is where government regulation overcomes common sense because they use it as a weapon against the people. That's why Trump getting rid of all the regulations starts economic activity. Okay? It's impossible to do business in Los Angeles. It's impossible to do business in California, right? Unless you do it under the table and where the government can't see what you're doing, right? And that's what it forces black markets. So, and that's exactly what happens when you have communist countries, right? You have a black market pop up because the government is in control of everything. You can't get anything.
Exactly. And that is why we have to stop it. And it doesn't
stop it
by everybody sitting back and waiting for somebody else to do it. Yeah. Somebody has, look, we're doing I'm telling you, we have so many operations going on that we can't even talk about all of them. There's so many things pushing in so many different directions. So many levels. I need, just need the right people. The right people. People who have the ability, the access, the intelligence, and the clearance to be like, dude, we gotta just get this money out to these people before it's mutiny, and they just start coming for us, right? Because that will happen.
Oh, they are already doing it. Remember, it failed in Virginia, taking away the guns, right? So it's failed because the people rose up and stopped it peacefully, right? And they showed up in mass, and the people that were going along with the Democrats in the government there, said, well, maybe we should rethink this because otherwise they know they're going to be out the next election cycle.
It is bananas. I'm you know what? I really, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yes, whatever it takes.
Because whatever it takes, because it comes down to it. We were on these calls tonight. We were talking about, and there's some old school sovereign people, and they're like, well, look, if you say this word, then you're telling them that they're your boss. I'm like, no, I'm not. Think about it. If I can't say the word citizen, or I can't say the word person, I can't say these things. Now, you might have some other meaning for them, right? But just because you have some other meaning doesn't mean that now I'm subject to you because I said that word.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that. It only means that if I'm playing your game, right? So it's like someone is robbing my house, and I go, "Oh no, a burglar!" And then the burglar goes, "Aha! Because you said burglar, I own your house now." Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh man, yeah. Okay."
I forgot that was in the small print.
Yeah, I didn't see the contract. Damn, how can I forget that? I never see burglar, right?
Well, you registered the vote, didn't you? You registered the vote. Yeah, you registered the vote. Yeah. So, hey, you're contracted.
Right.
So, we got you. We got you.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, okay, I'll go along with it. It's like, no, I reject all your bullshit, stupid contracts, all your word mumbo jumbo and lies that you're trying to perpetuate to everyone, and force us to jump through these ridiculous hoops. Make sure that everything's signed a dotted way. It has to be blue ink, not red ink. Listen, I work with the spirit of the law. We, as the people, we represent the spirit of the people, the spirit of the law, and the spirit of this planet. And I don't give a damn how they try to trick and reword things. It doesn't matter. They have no authority. And as long as we continue to bow down to every little thing they want to do, we will never have freedom. You don't have to jump through all these stupid hoops. At the end of the day, the spirit in me honors the spirit in you. It's simple.
Anarchy, man. You're talking about anarchy.
Yeah. It's the law of nature, man. Right? Just keeping it real, dog. So, all right. Man, I gotta go.
All right.
My kids are up and everybody's home, and I gotta go take care of the family because I was out for a couple days. So,
well,
yeah,
man, hopefully,
appreciate you.
Yeah, well,
And everybody out there, appreciate you too.
Yeah, just follow through on what we were discussing there before we got on the air.
Which one? Oh, I will.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, bye. Good night. All right, everyone. Be sure to subscribe, share, thumbs up. A lot of things going on. This is time to participate. Jump in, make things happen. Small steps are fine. Just keep taking the small steps until you're running. Join us, WWG1, WGA.love. I'm going to have to make that smaller, sit on the side. Go ahead and you can register there. And if you want to actually contribute in helping to manage and write articles and things like that, we can start pushing out the blog on this site, which is something that was intended to do. There's forums and things that are there, but I need help in doing that. So if someone wants to take that on, it's there. We can start building up that site more. As I realize, it's now a year since that it's been up, and I've got up the structure in that, but I've never been able to put the time in to actually build all of the other pieces that I put in place, the structure. So it was just a thought. I'm still focused on now building this new ecosystem. I will put on this site though membership that also which will be gifting gold grain coins out. I was actually going to do it this morning. Got onto another call and didn't get it done. But it'll be a way in which we can participate in getting gold grain coins by just joining this site as a membership. And maybe I'll get that done for tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.